The phase before spiritual awakening. It's not a short period, it's a very long period. A series of events that keep on happening with you. And you might not realize that how many times your paradigm has shifted. Your perspective has shifted 360 degrees. And it's a very long period. And to be very honest, I cannot summarize everything in this one particular video. We might be requiring 2-3 videos on this particular chapter 1. So first of all, there are so many people who doesn't even know that they are in the path towards spiritual destiny. It's not easy to know because we are not all aware about ourselves, about our thinking, about our thoughts, about our environment, surrounding. But then there are certain people who are aware and who know that they are on this particular path. To be very honest, what I have realized is this thing that no matter where you are, we are all on the path towards our spiritual destination. No matter what you are doing, no matter what you are in the eyes of the society, in the eyes of these people, no matter what you are doing, whether it's right or wrong, which is in the eyes of this people, in the eyes of this society, it is all leading us to reach towards our spiritual destination. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of this life. Well, there are certain people who are aware that there is something more than what we can see with these eyes. Are the people whose spiritual journey will literally rise with speed than those people who are not aware. Sometimes it happens that we start comparing ourselves with others. Sometimes it happens that we start feeling like suffocated, that we are at the wrong place with the wrong people. Sometimes we feel like that nobody understands us. Nobody is there to at least understand my this one particular perspective about this one particular topic. Sometimes you try to make others understand your perspective, and then because of it, you have to go through a lot of disappointment, dissatisfaction, discomfort, and maybe sometimes insult, disrespect, dismissal, and whatnot. So, we are going to discuss a lot about this particular phase, and it's going to be very important phase in one's life. Before one go through spiritual awakening, they are getting prepared in this particular period. You would learn your own ways in this particular period, because there would be so many people who are still dependent on others, on a third person, to know about themselves, to know about this life. But then there are certain people, maybe just like you, who would start getting this wisdom from within, who would feel like that they are their own gurus, because they might have tapped into certain frequencies that actually helping themselves to get all the knowledge from within. And it's very surprising, it's fascinating, and you start feeling that Yes, everything is not about logic and practicality. Everything is not about numbers, finance, materialism. There is something beyond these all surface thing, this all surface level. There is deeper layers, deeper levels that you start feeling like that you want to explore more, but as you are not still ready, you will also get afraid sometimes. You will also get afraid and feel like that you just want to give up and you don't want to delve into it. And we will also discuss why this happens. It's your ego. So there is this fear that what if we get to know certain secrets of this universe, that we start associating ourselves with this materialistic world, what will happen? We are all afraid, and there is nothing wrong in that, because it's our phase and we have to experience everything which is required in this particular phase, whether it's being afraid, whether it's being not feeling ready, or whether it's sometimes believing into the wrong things, sometimes comparing ourselves with people, sometimes you sometimes disrespect others, you start having that ego, spiritual ego. You start feeling like that I am more intellect or maybe more wise than the people around me. And sometimes you start looking at the people with prejudices, with different uh, titles, perspectives, that they are bad human beings, they are good human beings, and they might go to hell, they might go to heaven. Sometimes it happens that they are not close to God, that they are closer to God, or maybe closer to spirituality. We start judging people. We think we are in a spiritual journey, and we think that we are superior than those people who are not in this journey. But let me tell you, everybody, whether they know it or not, they are on their journey towards that one particular thing, right? And we all are here to discover our own self, to discover our higher self, to realize our own self. So it's going to be a long journey. No matter we think that we are literally very close to spiritual awakening, we are still so far, because there is a lot of things that we need to learn before we experience, which is more than what our senses can sustain. For that, we have to prepare ourselves, and this is the phase which will help us to prepare ourselves towards this destination. Let us meet again and discuss more about this phase. This was very basics, and I wanted to uh, give you an overview, and let's see if we can delve deeper into this particular chapter and know more about it, about maybe spiritual ego, about comparing our journey with others, maybe about being afraid to go deeper, being afraid to lose ourselves completely, our identity, our ego depth.